Today we are going to go with topic 4, which is Introduction to NoSQL databases. So in this topic we are going to look about what is NoSQL and why such a movement of NoSQL is today accepted by the database designers. So we are going to look about the weaknesses of traditional SQL servers and uh, the reasons for such a movement of going beyond the SQL tables queries. This lecture, we are going to look about a brief history of databases and NoSQL, why, what, and when we are going to use that. Some characteristics of NoSQL and aggregate data models. So, four types of models we are going to look about, and the KEP theorem. So, this are just collection of data, and database management systems are the software, the packages that we use to control, create, and maintenance of the data. So we have so much functions about inputting data, storing, retrieving, and so from 1970s, the author Code has came up with the relational model, which come with database tables, and after the 77, IBM came with System R, and you can see in the progress 2000 and 2010, there were a number of database management systems introduced. Relational databases, which is based on tables and rows, it's designed for all purposes, have a good of acid control, strong consistency, concurrency and recovery functions are there, and very good for mathematical operations, algebraic operations, and standard query languages are supported, and lots of reporting services or other utilities framework. Some examples of SQL databases. This is the tables that from ER diagram to relational tables how we converted to that. Why NoSQL and what and when to use it. So NoSQL actually the idea came from the era of distributed computing. So today servers are kept in geographically isolated areas. So why we are going to come with, because relational databases are not built for distributed applications, because the table joins are difficult and expensive. It's very hard to integrate two databases in the same level, and impedance mismatch occurs, and of course expensive in terms of cost of hardware and maintenance. And but NoSQL has some weaknesses like uh, SQL has some weaknesses like speed, the performance, right? There's a large set, the performance of SQL is very slow, and some other partition tolerance. Today we have so much new trends in IT industry. Big data is there, connectivity is there, peer-to-peer net knowledge is there, cloud concurrency like multi-threading we have. So when it comes to salary list, like some kind of data set which are numbers, salary list we have allowances and all of numbers. RDBMS database management systems are excellent. But when it comes to social network and location-based services, where data are coming here and there in different forms, then RDBMS is not the perfect choice for them. So NoSQL basically they provide a mechanism for storage and retrieval of data that employs less constraints, consistencies models, like in terms of traditional relation databases. And NoSQL means not only SQL means to some common features are there with SQL and NoSQL, but the main reason for the movement is find something not so strictly dependent on the SQL restrictions of SQLs. So some characteristics, NoSQL try to avoid overhead or like burden of ACID transactions like add, delete, and update those functions. Complexities of the queries, like sometimes we have query inside queries, sub queries, those things we are going to just totally avoid. Burden on upfront schemas and DBA presets, some transactions which we try to handle by application layer, that also we try to avoid it. Also it provide easy and like very frequent changes to the database itself. Fast development and large volumes of data has been maintained. So this is some of the when and when not to use NoSQL. So NoSQL is not good for, like as what before I said before, for financial or mathematical data, but for distributed computing is perfect. Some of the companies they are getting more and more popular with the NoSQL, even then our favorite Netflix is there. So what is a schema-less data model? Means not restricted to a specific type of schema, like not restricted to the cell count, cell number, maybe no data but leaving it blank with null, or maybe a data type with a string. So if I want to put a number, it's not accept. So there are so many restrictions in SQL today, but in NoSQL movement or schema-less data models, in other case, means we are totally avoiding those kind of restrictions. NoSQL database, there's no schema to consider. There's no unused cells. Like we are not keeping reserved or unused cells. So we are just putting data here and there. And there's no data type like implicit data type calls. Okay, so everything together we call this aggregate. Basically, we have four types of aggregates. One is key value, document, column family, and graph. So let's look about those. Key value means it's basically a hash table. You know what's hash table, right? We have a key and some attributes. Column family ones means each column which just instance of data means a record, a tuple actually. A tuple which has a name, value, and the type string. Right. So when it comes to the performance, like for example with Cassandra, like an average of 50 GB data, read in it will take 350 ms and write in 300 ms. But if it's read written by Cassandra with 50 GB, write in it takes 0.12 ms. See the differences in performance, and for read we have 15. Then we have the graph data model. Graph means like clusters. You can create different graph theories, different algorithms, scale in algorithms, right? So you can use scale vertically means not necessary clustering, but we can have several different uh, interlink points. We can use graph algorithms here, but Neo4j you can see down there, which is a type of database you can install in your laptops. You can try to run a graph data. Then we have the document based data models. So everything we store is a type of a document. We pair each key value with complex data structures. Basically, in the document based data model, we are using the binary trees, the structure. That's the main, like the skeleton of this. And every document may contain different types of key values or maybe a pair of key values, a nested one. So this is the document based data model like in Facebook. So one part of Facebook you can see it's coming from profile URL, friend list, and so different parts are like different aggregation, different documents being populated from the databases here and there. So this is a comparison of SQL and NoSQL. Okay, some of the examples: Oracle, MySQL, they are SQL databases, and Mondo, Neo4j, those are NoSQL databases. Storage is rows and tables in SQL, but NoSQL we have data key values. Schemas are static in traditional SQL, but dynamic in NoSQL. So you can see just the differences in this table. So what we need four of these things, but practically this is very difficult to attain. According to CAP, it's impossible almost. CAP. CAP is a theory which comes up with three attributes: availability, consistency, partition tolerance. And when you look about the intersection about consistency and availability, you have the traditional RDBMS over in the intersection one, right? But when it comes to partition tolerance and consistency and partition tolerance and the availability of partition tolerance, we have NoSQL moments over there. This is the traditional versus the NoSQL databases and how it works. In relational database, what happens is we have consistency to relational with tables to the partition tolerance. But in NoSQL, we are just working with availability and tolerance, partition tolerance together. So in conclusion, RDBMS is a very good tool for solving ACID problems, but NoSQL is a good tool for solving data availability problems. So that's what actually main difference between these two. So there's not a perfect one, but pick the right tool for the right job. Your duty. Some fundamental references. Thank you. Question and answers. So I have uploaded a read-in for with this NoSQL movement. Please read that and answer the tutorial questions. And we'll have a chat session to discuss the topic further.